On we sweep now to the political biography of the year, which is in association with Total Politics, and the judges for this category are these people.
Darren Henley, OBE, Steve Norris, Glen Oglaza, Jacqui Smith, and Marilyn Warnick.
These are very impressive judges, aren't they? And to present the award, we have somebody very impressive indeed, the doyen of British foreign correspondence, a brilliant writer, a beautiful person, Dame Anne Leslie.
First of all, I have to say that I, like most of us, have no idea who's won this thing. So I feel that if I make a reference to something one of the nominees has said, it doesn't mean the nominee is going to win. The late Tony Benn, who, as we know, told us all that when it came to politics, it was issues, not personalities, that matter. Well, I'm afraid the best political biographies actually have a lot of personalities in them, and it's because they decide what the issues are, and of course there's all the other stuff, geopolitics, and they have tremendous and entertaining, I'm afraid, feuds, as Tony himself knew. But the best and most read political biographies are, of course, full of personalities. And the nominees, have I done them? I've done them.
You're about to do them. Perfect
right,
timing.
the nominees are
Margaret Thatcher, Power and Personality, by Jonathan Aitken, published by Continuum. A Blaze of Autumn Sunshine, by Tony Benn, published by Hutchinson. The Pike, by Lucy Hughes-Hallett, published by Fourth Estate. Disraeli, by Douglas Hurd and Edward Young, published by Weidenfeld Nicolson. Edmund Burke, by Jesse Norman, published by William Collins. Strictly Anne, by Anne Widdecombe, published by Weidenfeld Nicolson.
You now reveal all. I mean, not necessarily literally, you know.
and the winner, an incredibly well-deserved winner, because I read the book, it's smashing, is Lucy Hughes-Hallett on The Pike.
Actually, I so hadn't expected this that I was sitting in the middle of a row. Thank you. I'm so pleased you've read it. That's even better.
Well, of course.
But I am very grateful. Thank you. There's a lot of poetry in my book, and rose petals, and sex, and shopping, but I did always think of it as a political book, and I'm very, very happy to have it acknowledged that indeed it is. So, thank you.
Congratulations. Well done. Congratulations. As you leave the stage, the music plays. I apologize for not kissing the winner there, but I remember there are now quite strict BBC regulations about who one can be seen actually in physical contact with, so one's got to be careful. But actually, what a nice reminder that people, these are books to read. We're celebrating here books. And what is wonderful, I mean, I know a lot of these books will be available and read on Kindle, but I like books that, you know, with a spine you can break and paper you can feel, books you can smell, books that can fall on your face as you fall asleep. I mean, those are wonderful things, and that's what tonight is all about. Politics, of course, is theatre, and sometimes theatre is politics. So we thought, as a little treat, we're nearly halfway through the proceedings now, we take you to the theatre. You don't have to clamber into buses. We're bringing the West End stage to you. A play has just triumphed from the Tricycle Theatre, and it's called Handbagged. I've seen it. It is positively brilliant. We're going to get a moment from it now. If you enjoy this, you will be hieing down to the Strand, where it opens at the Vaudeville Theatre on the 10th of April. I first, in fact, last went to the Vaudeville Theatre in 1954 to see Salad Days. I am planning to go again to see this show. We now give you a preview of Handbagged.
One say here?
Oh, don't hold back.
How far can one go?
It's all beyond our control.
Indeed.
All artifice and sham.
I've never been fond of the theatre.
No.
We saw War Horse recently. We liked the horses.
One would like to speak frankly.
No one doesn't want to blab.
Oh, no, there is nothing worse than a blabber. We have never blabbed.
Whatever we say must stay between these three walls.
Nothing uncontrolled. No outpouring.
Then we better have some tea. When one needs to control the pouring, tea can be most reassuring.
We knew we had won by the early hours of May the 4th. Finchley roared with jubilation. Maggie, Maggie. Hours later, it was still thundering in my ears.
Philip and I had put money on the result.
No, we had not.
He was sure the lady would carry the day. I thought the nation might balk at a female PM.
I can remember an odd sense of loneliness when I received the call which summoned me to the palace. The audience at which one receives the Queen's authority to form a government comes only once in a lifetime. When one is re-elected, one doesn't go. So that first meeting is unique.
She was my 8th.
Winston, Sir Anthony,
Harold M., Sir Alec,
dear Harold W.
Heath.
And Jim Callahan. He bade me farewell that morning.
It is affecting when they go. One doesn't have time to turn around. Out goes the last, and in comes the next with barely a pause. One has often built up a relationship.
My feelings on the way to the palace. I wasn't thinking about feelings. I was thinking there's so much to do. I wanted to get behind that desk at number 10 and get doing. My teeth ached with smiling. And as we drove through the palace gates, I felt almost lifted off the ground, as if the hands of fate... I wasn't sentimental. ...were holding me, and words were coming to me from my childhood. From our chapel. I wanted to... I didn't. I wanted to give thanks.
It wasn't the first time I'd met Mrs. Thatcher, but this was different. Meeting one's PM is like meeting the other side of the coin. We are both Britain.
I never said there is no such thing as society.
Yes, you did. It was in Woman's Own.
I said there is a living tapestry of men and women.
You said, who is society? There is no such thing. And then you repeated it.
I said the beauty of that tapestry will depend upon how much each of us is prepared to take responsibility for ourselves.
Yeah.
There is the individual, and there is family. There is no such thing.
No such thing as Britain. That's how you sound it.
It's the idea that the state is society that I reject. People in this country feel entitled to state help. I reject this entitlement. I'm homeless. The government must house me. Why?
This is a big discussion, and we're not going to have it now.
I found the monarch's attitude
I found the Prime Minister's attitude
towards the working of government
towards the working of monarchy
absolutely correct.
Aren't they brilliant? Isn't it uncanny? Really quite uncanny. And for those of us who are into those erotic dreams, I think we're now getting quite confused. Well done. Oh, marvellous. I'm not sure, though, what Lady Thatcher would have made of the show overall. It's incredibly funny as well as brilliantly observed. And as those of us who had the privilege of knowing Mrs. Thatcher, even slightly, we know that she did not have a great sense of humour. I think it's the one sort of lapse in Mrs. Thatcher's personality was she didn't have a great sense of humour, which I always felt must have made bringing up Mark really quite challenging.